The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
There we go. As promised, that is the members of the Southwest Ohio Youth Orchestra, Northwest Ohio Youth Orchestra. Isn't that great?
They're amazing. They're
wow,
really
what a great way to open up my Christmas show. All right, I once heard Darren Hardy say, it's more blessed to give than to receive, and today's show is all about giving. I'm very blessed with many friends, and all I need to do is ask, and they are there for me. This is my friend Bill. My guest this morning, especially this time of year, please welcome to the show some of my friends. We have got Gary Rasmussen, the musical insurance guy, and Bill Kerrigan with the Dragonfly Foundation.
Good morning. Thank you, Gary.
Good morning, guys. That was a great opening. And we'll hear more from the Northwest Youth Orchestra, I think. North Cincinnati Youth Orchestra. That's it.
They're fantastic.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. That's four of their top musicians in the orchestra. We'll talk to Marva later on in the show and find out what makes them tick and how they work. So it's all about giving. So we're going to start off with giving away some gift cards to Starbucks. This is my Christmas time trivia. And the question of the day, of course, the phone number here is 513-563-1480. And if you haven't won in the past 60 days, you qualify and can win today. If you can answer this question. What is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
Wow.
Highest grossing Christmas movie of all time. That's kind of a tricky question, huh? So if you know the answer, call 513-563-1480. And, of course, today's show is all to give back. It's about the giving season. Christmas time is giving and helping. And we want to help my favorite nonprofit, which is the Dragonfly Foundation. And, of course, I know it's your favorite nonprofit. You put a lot of time and effort in helping Dragonfly Foundation be present and keep them going. It's been 13 years now.
It's unbelievable, Gary, and I just can't thank you enough for what you do each year for us.
Tell the story from the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great story, and it's one I think your listeners will be interested to know. But this organization really came out of an experience that the founders had when they had a child that was diagnosed with pediatric cancer. And they were fortunate in that they were from the Cincinnati area, so getting to Cincinnati Children's Hospital for treatment wasn't a big deal. But when they were there, what they realized was that, the care is just phenomenal. But in between the time that you have with your nurses and your doctors, there's a lot of downtime for family, and you've got a lot on your mind. And it is definitely uncharted waters for any family that's dealing with that. So the founders kind of got together after the experience, once their child was on the mend, and said, what can we do for all these families that come from all over the world, literally, certainly United States and North America. This is a magnet hospital for people that have a difficult diagnosis, children that have difficult diagnoses. And the founders just said, what can we do to welcome these families and help them? Because in many cases, Gary, mom and dad have had to leave their jobs.
Yeah.
They've had to pull their kids out of school, not only the patient, but usually the siblings. And they show up in Cincinnati, Ohio, where they have no support network. And Christine and Jim Knightsky said, what can we do to wrap our arms around these families and give them that support network that they're going to need to get through this?
And their oldest son, Matt, is the poster child for Dragonfly.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, he was the one that actually chose the name of the organization.
Is it?
So, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
So that's what we've been doing for 13 years is through primarily volunteers and small donations, we have been providing some strength, joy, hope, and courage to these families that are here. And it's just been an amazing journey, meeting these families as they pass through Cincinnati. And, thank God, most times the outcomes are very, very good for the kids.
Most of the time. Not all the time, though.
Not all the time, but most of the time the outcomes are very good.
Good.
And it's life-changing. And they make a lot of friends while they're here.
I know the president of, or the head of Children's Hospital has made statements online and written and vocally that since the Dragonfly Foundation has been involved in them, their recovery rate has increased.
It's unbelievable. And that just kind of shows the whole mind, body, spirit connection that, when you can get your mind right and your spirits are high, boy, the body can respond even quicker. So it's pretty amazing.
I remember when the two founders were referred to me back 13 years ago, they were just getting started, and Blue Stone Ivory was was playing these dances in northern Kentucky. So I invited them to come down, and we'd do split the pot.
Yep.
And give them the half of the winnings. Well, our fans, when they won, they go, "Oh, I'll just give it all to them."
Yeah, that says a lot about your fans, but I think it also says a lot about the organization that I think everybody can empathize, Gary, especially at this time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine spending your Christmas down at Cincinnati Children's with a difficult, pediatric cancer situation and, everything from Santa Claus handing out gifts to gift cards so that the family can grab a cup of coffee or a nice meal or a movie or whatever. It makes a world of difference to these families, and the recovery rates speak to that.
Yeah, we have so much going on in this little hour that we have to spend together, but just to fit in, I won't be able to mention all of my loyal fans. You mentioned my fans. I got a package the other day, and Debbie Schultz wrote, I listen to your rock and roll show every Saturday. I love it. It makes my day. Enclosed, you will find 4 $25 gift cards. I would appreciate if you would give them to Bill for the Dragonfly Foundation.
Well, Debbie, thank you so much, and hopefully I'll get a chance to meet Debbie sometime soon. I'd love to buy her a cup of coffee or lunch and just thank her personally.
She said, God has been good to me this year, and I hope these cards will comfort a family at a difficult time. So I want to present you with Debbie Schultz 4 gift cards for the Dragonfly Foundation. And another very generous listener, Martha Meacham, a couple weeks ago, she won the trivia question, and she says, just the $10 gift card to Star, she says, just give it to the Dragonfly Foundation.
That's unbelievable. Thank you, Martha.
So,
this has already made my Christmas.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are winners of the trivia question, the Christmas time trivia, which is what is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time, and you want to do some good, just donate it back. Bill's right here. We'll give Bill the gift card in your name, and that would really help them out tremendously. So where did the name Dragonfly come from?
Actually, it was Christine and Jim's son, Matt, that actually came up with the Dragonfly Foundation. And when they went and they researched the meaning of dragonfly, and it means different things in different cultures, but universally kind of what it means is strength and courage. And so it was just the perfect fit. And once Christine heard it a couple times, she said, that's it. and we're going with it. And as you know, I mean, you're around town, Gary, and you see the logo. You don't even need the word Dragonfly.
All you see is the logo, and you know that's the Dragonfly Foundation. Yeah.
And thankfully, you know, we've been very, very blessed with some great PR over the years, including Marty Brenneman.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that was kind of a breakthrough for the organization when Marty shaved his head and he had a Dragonfly shirt on and the kids were on the field. That was really a seminal moment for the organization. But you just see that Dragonfly and you know exactly what it means.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, it does. I've seen you at work. And you survive by all the benefits and the organized functions that you do every year.
You know what? We work really, really hard at it. The Dragonfly Foundation is very responsibly run. Gary, you always cite the statistic that, you know, almost 90 cents on the dollar goes directly to the family. So we're very lean and mean. We're very lean and mean. We have a small salaried staff that are phenomenal. They're amazing people who just work tirelessly. But we run on volunteers and small donations. And, you know, when your listeners donate a $25 gift card or they pull up Wings 15-71777 and they send in just $5 or $10, we stretch that a long way. And it makes an impact.
Yeah, if you want to help the Dragonfly Foundation, just get your smartphone out and text the word WINGS15, it's WINGS 15, and text it to 71777. A very secure website's going to open up for you to donate as much or as little as you care. You can take $5 and stretch that out and do a lot of good with it, right, Bill?
No doubt about it, and that will be in a family's hands this week, likely.
So do it right now. Don't wait till later. Text the word WINGS15 71777. We're here this morning up until 10 o'clock. We want to try and raise as much money as we can for the Dragonfly Foundation to help them out as much as possible. On my promo, we talked about the little bit of history about wrapping paper. You know, wrapping paper was invented back in the early 1900s. The Hall brothers, they had run out of their stationery, and so they took some colored paper and with decorations on them, and they started doing that. And as time went on, the Hall brothers, and then Marx came in, so it was Hallmark's cards.
Unbelievable.
And you know that dates back to it goes back to the 2nd century in BC when China was wrapping things in color paper and on and on. So there's some huge statistics about how the paper is wasted. But at this time, I'd like to express my gratitude to all our U.S. troops and veterans, the first responders, and all of our heroes. That is the nurses and doctors and nurses' aides and healthcare and EMT staff, our police and firefighters, and I especially shout out every week to the Westchester Township Fire and Police Department, because 2 months ago when my shed caught fire, they were there in less than 7 minutes and saved my house.
Unbelievable.
So thank you, thank you, thank you. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by RE/MAX Preferred Group, the largest RE/MAX broker in Ohio. So call Chris Beersford at 513-265-8691. If you're thinking about changing or getting into the business, give Christine a call. After the break, we're going to have a quick moment with Miles, and then we're going to talk with the musical insurance guy, Gary Rasmussen. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
If you're an experienced real estate agent in Greater Cincinnati, or your current situation leaves you wanting a more fulfilling career, consider joining the RE/MAX Preferred Group. RE/MAX is the most recognized brand in the world, and RE/MAX Preferred Group delivers the experience of 25 years as a tri-state brokerage. Independently owned and operated, it's a big company with a family-friendly attitude. Licensed in Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky, RE/MAX Preferred Group associates receive continuous training and education, supported by the very best in marketing and technology. If you're searching for a long-term, highly respected brokerage, RE/MAX Preferred Group has 6 offices strategically located in Southwest Ohio. Call Chris Beresford at 513-265-8691. That's 513-265-8691.
Oh, get on. Let's rock the house.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? That is the North Cincinnati Youth Orchestra members, headed up by Marva Rasmussen. That is fantastic.
They're fabulous.
Yes, they are. Thank you, Guy. They look forward to this every year. I really appreciate them coming down, spending their time. We'll hear them yet again later on in the show. Thanks for listening and watching. We are on Facebook and LinkedIn. My name is Gary Rossignol, certified residential specialist with RE/MAX Preferred Group. Speaking of RE/MAX Preferred Group, who is sponsoring the show today, this is what I call a moment with Miles. This is the captain of our ship, Mr. Miles Beerford, with his little thoughts for the day. Good morning, Miles.
Hey. Hello.
Good morning, Miles.
Hey, rock and roll, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Gary, I just wanted to call in and let all your listeners know that Chris and Miles wish them the very, very merriest of Christmases and the happiest of holidays. And we thank them for all their patronage. And thank you, Gary, for all that you do with this radio station every Saturday morning. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Miles. That's great. Great message. Thank you very much. That is Miles Beersford. He is the captain of our ship at RE/MAX Preferred Group. Along with his lovely wife, Christine, they own RE/MAX Preferred Group, the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the entire state of Ohio, and I'm so happy and proud to be part of that. Today is about the Dragonfly Foundation, so pick up your smartphone and text the word WINGS15 to 71777 and donate as little or as much as you feel like doing for the Dragonfly Foundation. The phone number here is 513-563-1480. Give us a call and tell us what your favorite Christmas tradition is. And we still have not gotten a winner on the Christmas time trivia question, which is, what is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? And last year it was Home Alone, but that came in second this year. So if you know the answer to that question, call in and win yourself a $10 gift card to Starbucks. Next week, my last show of the year, is going to be with Bob Pape of Polaris Home Funding Corp. Let's see. Here he is, my friend, Mr. Gary Rasmussen.
Good morning.
The musical insurance guy in the flesh.
I am here.
You are here. And you brought all the kids down with Marva. Yeah,
yep.
That's great. I looked it up, and it was on February the 20th, back in the year 2011, my very first show, and you were there with me.
Wow.
That's 13 years ago.
I knew it was near the beginning, but I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was right at the beginning. So 13 years ago.
13 years ago, yeah.
Yes. And these kids have been playing annually at Christmas almost since then.
Really?
So at least 12 years we're thinking.
Yeah.
So
That's fantastic. I know I heard them rehearsing last night at your big party up at your office.
Yes, we had a customer appreciation open house
Yeah,
event.
yeah. Gave away a lot of pumpkin pies.
Oh, man, lots of pumpkin pies. Huge pumpkin pies.
And we have Angel and Clayton Hicks with H7 to thank for getting us together.
Absolutely.
That's where I met you first.
Back then, it was called TBN, the Business Network.
Right.
They've changed it since then to H7, and that's where I met you. What, maybe 15 years ago, something
I think
like that.
we're the oldest regular
among
members.
that, when we were at their Christmas party the other day.
Yeah. And Clayton knew, says the two Garys are the two longest running members with H7.
Something like that.
Yeah. And you introduced yourself as the musical insurance guy, and I said, well, that's kind of corny, but it's pretty cool.
Right.
And what'd you say?
Well, you're the rock and roll realtor.
And that's stuck with me ever since then. So,
and the rest is history.
So
the name of this radio program and lots of other things.
Well, 13 years ago when we were putting this show together, I put it out there. I asked all my friends, family, and clients, what do you think we should name the show? And I was the rock and roll realtor at the time. They said, let's make it the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour. And I thought, well, hey, that works for me.
Glad to be a part of history for you.
It is. It is a long-running history. And so you are the musical insurance guy. When you got in the business way back when, was the market similar to what it is today? What's changed?
Insurance always seems like it's up and down. I guess everything else in the world is also, but it's been crazy that especially the last couple of years, the prices of everything, including insurance, has just gone nuts, and it's continuing to be very, very volatile.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for days that we can get a little bit more smoothed out. But actually, at the time I started, about 17 years ago now, I think. It was in a similar case. It was 2008 with the stock market thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It was.
What goes around comes around.
It was a wild year. That's a weird year to get into any business.
Yes, there's volatility then, volatility now.
And then 2020 and 2021, when we had the pandemic, that was another strange period of time financially for anybody to get in or out of a business or change things around.
From the insurance standpoint, especially when you're things like car insurance, they were giving the money back because nobody was driving. Nobody went anywhere. There wasn't any accidents. But now everything is up.
Yeah, real estate business increased through those 2 years. That was really weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but so when you got into business, has it evolved into what we have today? I mean, you do it all, don't you?
Well, we do auto, home, life, and business, and insurance, and as well as things like long-term care and even pet insurance. Like
That's
we
right.
talked
Yeah,
about.
right.
So, but the insurance continues. The industry evolves, I guess. So, for example, on car insurance or even home insurance, there are hundreds of rating points anymore, and the prices, although there can be differences. Really, there was actually a study recently on insurance rates. It's kind of funny how every insurance company out there can be saying, hey, if you come to us, we save an average of this much money. How can every insurance company say that?
I don't know.
Well,
same way with mortgage lenders and every bit. I mean, the cost of things is a cost.
It is. And so from an insurance standpoint, when they say they're saving money, commonly, especially the online guys, they're whacking coverages and say, okay, I saved you this much. What's your credit card number? Well,
right.
That's not the way I operate. We're here to help you understand your options, and we want you to be correctly insured at the lowest cost possible. There was actually a study on rates, price, over 10 years. They looked at auto and home over with multiple demographics, single and married and empty nesters and, and teenagers. And when they added up over 10 years, they all come out to the same.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
Right.
Me, you're a musical insurance guy. You're a local risk consultant.
Some holiday and winter safety tips real quick. Use non-flammable decorations, both indoors and outdoors.
Yes.
Check your holiday lights for damaged wires and plugs.
Yep.
Keep live Christmas trees in water-filled stands and check the water level daily. Never allow children to access or use matches, lighters, or candles. And I bought this really cute little, it was an outlet, and it hooks up to Alexa. So anywhere in the house, when you say, Alexa, turn on the Christmas tree, and boom, turns it on. So we don't have to reach around behind the wall and knock the tree over. Just sit in the living room and say, turn on the Christmas tree, Alexa, and boom, it comes on.
Technology is fun when it works.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. So tune in on Sunday nights at 7 o'clock right here for John Englehart and the Soda Shop Sunday Show here on WDJO. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by RE/MAX Preferred Group, the largest RE/MAX brokerage in Ohio. Call Chris Beersford at 513-265-8691 for a change for the best. Please don't touch that dial. Coming up next is my music history and then more with Bill Kerrigan of the Dragonfly Foundation. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
Have you been thinking about selling your house or maybe thinking about downsizing and the process just seems overwhelming? Either way, we've got the answers. Gary Rossignol, real estate pro at RE/MAX Preferred Group and host of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour, has put his vast real estate knowledge to work for people like you. He can help you put together a plan for selling your home or finding a new place to settle down. And why is now the best time to make your move? Rent prices are always going up, so buying a home is your best option. Let Gary walk you through the process. Call him today at 513-777-2402. That's 513-777-2402 to get started. He's licensed in Ohio and Kentucky, so he can help you out no matter where you live.
This is one of my favorite parts of the show. It's time for Gary's Music History. And on Christmas in 1954, Bing Crosby's White Christmas entered the Billboard Pop chart for the 11th time. Bing's rendition has sold over 100 million copies around the world, with at least 50 million sales as singles. It was the largest selling single in music history until it was surpassed by Elton John's Candle in the Wind in 1997. That's interesting. My wife's favorite singer on Christmas in 1976, American middle-of-the-road singer Johnny Mathis, with his best-known version of the song, When a Child is Born. It became Johnny Mathis' sole #1 single in the singles chart, spending 3 weeks at the top of the chart in December that year, including the coveted Christmas #1 slot, and selling 885,000 copies. I would have never put these two together. On Christmas in 1982, David Bowie had a #3 hit in a duet with Bing Crosby. Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy. The single became one of Bowie's best-selling in his career, with total estimated sales over 400,000. The Christmas song was written in 1941, while the Peace on Earth tune and lyrics, written by Ian Fraser and Larry Grossman and Alan Cohen, were added to the song specifically for Bowie and Crosby's recording. Would you put them two together?
You know what? I remember when that came out, and that was a huge hit.
On Christmas in 1995, American singer, actor, and TV host Dean Martin died. He had the 1956 U.S. #1 single, Memories Are Made of This, plus over 15 other top 40 singles, including That's Amore, Everybody Loves Somebody, Mambo Italiano, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. In 1965, Martin launched his weekly NBC comedy variety series, The Dean Martin Show. I remember that show.
That was unbelievable, and you can still see the replays of that.
On Christmas in the year 2008, American actress, singer, and cabaret star Eartha Kitt died from colon cancer at her Weston, Connecticut home at the age of 81. She was best known for her highly distinctive singing style and her 1953 recordings of C.S. Le Bon, best known for her 1953 Christmas song, Santa Baby.
Down the chimney tonight.
On Christmas in 2014, Ed Sheeran was at number 1 on the album chart with X, pronounced Multiply. In 2015, Multiply won the Brit for British Album of the Year, and at 75th Grammy Awards was nominated for Best Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year. Spotify named Multiply the most streamed album in the world for 2014, racking up more than 430 million streams for the year. Wow.
And baby, my heart could still fall out.
On Christmas year 2016, George Michael died at his home at the age of 53. Thames Valley Police and South Central Ambulance Service attended a property in Goring in Oxfordshire. The singer, who launched his career with Wham in the 1980s and later continued his success as a solo performer, was said to have passed away peacefully at home. Up to the time of his death, Michael sold more than 115 million records worldwide, making him one of the best-selling music artists of all time. And this is his hit, Last Christmas.
Let's get away from sleigh bells.
Born on Christmas way back in 1946, his name is Jimmy Buffett. He was an American musician and singer-songwriter. He was known for his tropical rock sound and persona, which often portrayed a lifestyle described as island escapism and promoted enjoying life and following passions. Buffett recorded many hit songs known like Margaritaville, Come Monday, Fins, and Cheeseburger in Paradise. In 1975, Jimmy Buffett formed the Coral Reef Band, and this is his hit, Christmas Island. So I hope you had as much fun with these musical notes as I had while researching them for you. I'm called Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor because I play with the greatest classic rock band in Cincinnati, Bluestone Ivory. Go to bluestoneivory.com for our full schedule and for more fun stuff. You'll hear me in the clarinet section of the Westchester Symphony Orchestra, as well as playing at my parish at St. Michael's. Our Epiphany concert is on January the 5th at 4:30 at St. Michael's and Spinner Avenue in Sharonville. You are all welcome to come on down for that. The Dragonfly Foundation, they support pediatric cancer families and patients by an amazing feat. They built a network that connects Dragonfly families to each other in the community, and they provide programs to enhance their quality of life. These programs are in partner with the greatest children's hospital in the country. That is our very own Cincinnati Children's Hospital. This gentleman is a board of director member of the Dragonfly Foundation. He has been their number one cheerleader and their number one fan for many years. So please welcome once again my friend, Mr. Bill Kerrigan.
Thanks, Gary.
You're welcome, my friend.
Thanks for having me down this morning.
I wouldn't dream of doing this show without you here.
I always enjoy it.
Yeah, that's great. So we want to help the Dragonfly Foundation with gift cards. We have Martha Meacham and Debbie Schultz have both been generous this year for the Dragonfly Foundation. We want to reach out and thank them both very much for that. We appreciate it. If you're listening and you want to help the Dragonfly Foundation, call up and pledge, 513-563-1480. Tell us your favorite family tradition. Do you have a family tradition?
I have a great family tradition. We've been doing this since I met my now wife of over 30 years. We have a tradition on Christmas Eve where we break up the parts to the 12 days of Christmas.
Uh-huh.
And so, it started out where you might have a part by yourself, but now that the family's grown with grandkids and everything like that, there might be 3 or 4 in each part, and we will go around, we'll sing the 12 days of Christmas, and we can't have Christmas without that. It's just like really a ton of fun. And over the years, people kind of, they pick a role that they really like 2 turtle doves or 5 golden rings, and they want to hold on to that and sing it every year. So
that is cool. That is great. We have a family tradition. We pick names on Thanksgiving, and then we buy one gift for everyone rather than buying a bunch of gifts.
Sure.
So we always have a theme, and a couple of my favorite themes were as seen on TV.
Oh, that's cool.
So you had to buy a gift that was seen on TV up
Sure.
to $15 or $20. And another one that was really unique was aisle 9.
Okay.
You had to buy your gift on aisle 9.
Okay. Didn't say which store. You just got to find aisle 9.
Just aisle 9, any store. Yeah, my kids come up with those little those little themes. So that's
makes
kind
it
of cool.
fun.
But what really warms my heart is my 3 daughters all play music. I've got 2 that play flute and 1 that plays clarinet. My granddaughter, she plays flute. And my grandson plays saxophone, and then I play saxophone. We get together in my living room after we have lunch and we open the gifts and do our theme, and we do a little about 15 or 20 minute concert, just the 6 of us playing Christmas carols.
What a blessing.
And stream that on Facebook.
What a blessing that you have family that followed in your footsteps.
And they look forward to it every year.
I'm sure they do.
That is so much fun. So give us a call at 513-563-1480. Tell us what your favorite Christmas tradition is. We'd love to hear from you. The Christmas time trivia is still out there. No one has called. The original question was, what was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? But I know the answer to this question. Let's change that a little bit. Let's make it, what is the number 1 favorite Christmas movie of all time?
Okay. That makes it maybe a
call
little more.
513-563-1480 if you think you know the answer, what the favorite Christmas movie is of all time. Give us a call and win yourself a $10 gift card to Starbucks. Or do like Martha Meacham did and say, give it to the Dragonfly Foundation.
Well, we sure appreciate that.
Yeah, really.
Because I'll tell you what, if you're a mom and a dad and you just walked out of an appointment with a doctor and you're looking at maybe weeks or months of treatment, a cup of coffee sounds pretty darn good, doesn't it?
You bet. You betcha. All right, we got folks calling up already, so we'll give these gift cards away one way or the other. Text the word WINGS15 to 71777, and the way the community steps up and helps the Dragonfly Foundation, we've got one coming up in a couple of weeks. Texas Roadhouse in Westchester on the first Wednesday of every month. I take a group of anywhere from 10 to 25 of us, go down there at 6:30. We have dinner, and they donate 10% of the entire bill to the Dragonfly Foundation.
Incredible.
Isn't that great?
Very generous.
What other things do you have coming up with the Dragonfly Foundation in the next couple of months?
I think the biggest thing to tell your listeners, Gary, is we are always updating our website. And I know that you're very familiar with the website, but www.dragonfly.org. And, you'd be surprised that even though it's cold outside, we do have events all year round. And so, obviously we've got our gala coming up. But if your listeners just go to that webpage, dragonfly.org, and they click on the events page, that's being updated, multiple times a month. And so they can see, what they're interested in because we have all sorts of events.
All right, great. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by RE/MAX Preferred Group, the largest RE/MAX broker in Ohio. If you're thinking about getting into the business, or if you're thinking, my broker is not really what your broker does, come on over. Call Chris. Her number is 513-265-8691, and make a change for the best. Stay with us. Next, we're going to introduce you to the musician behind the musical insurance guy. That's Marva Rasmussen with the North Cincinnati Youth Orchestra. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 99.5 and 107.9.
Have you been thinking about selling your house, or maybe thinking about downsizing, and the process just seems overwhelming? Either way, we've got the answers. Gary Rossignol, real estate pro at RE/MAX Preferred Group and host of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour, has put his vast real estate knowledge to work for people like you. He can help you put together a plan for selling your home or finding a new place to settle down. And why is now the best time to make your move? Rent prices are always going up, so buying a home is your best option. Let Gary walk you through the process. Call him today at 513-777-2402. That's 513-777-2402 to get started. He's licensed in Ohio and Kentucky, so he can help you out no matter where you live.
Get on. Let's rock the house.
Yeah. Hey, let's give them a big round of applause. All right. That is 4 members of the North Cincinnati Youth Orchestra under the direction of Marva Rasmussen. And we're going to get her in here and talk to her briefly if she'll slide in here in just a moment. And you're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour with yours truly, Gary Rossignol. I'm your senior real estate specialist with RE/MAX Preferred Group, and we were talking off the air what it takes to put this hour show together. We've got Dan, we got Kevin, we've got Greg, we've got Bob, and my guests that came down. Yeah, come on in here and sit down. And the musicians to coordinate all that, and I got to reach out and say thank you to my my wife Mary Jo, who is right behind me the whole step of the way. She asked, should I come down and help out? I said, well, not going to be much room in the studio. So, but this is my friend, fellow musician, and most impressive, she is married to the musical insurance guy and the mother of the sound tech for Bluestone Ivory, Jamie.
Yes.
And I believe you are the true musician behind the musical insurance guy. He can't play much of anything, can he?
Plays at.
He plays at it. But you, Marva, are the true musician. You're busy.
Yes.
You're a registered Suzuki instructor.
Mm-hmm.
You're director of the North Cincinnati Youth Orchestra for how long now?
We're in our 14th year, I believe.
14 year with these kids, and they're from what, first grade to
senior in high school.
Senior in high school.
Yeah.
You have various orchestras.
We have 3 levels.
3 levels.
Proficiency.
Wow. Yeah. And how did you get that together 14 years ago?
Well, that was back in 2008, 2009, and those that were alive back then recall gas prices spiked.
Mm-hmm.
And a fellow string teacher and I were trying to get students that were qualified to play in an orchestra to audition for one of the orchestras that was down in CCM, and parents were just reluctant to drive down there. It was, if you did the math, it cost $5 every time just in gas to go down there plus tuition.
Mm-hmm.
And here we had all these little string students that were ready to play in an orchestra, and we looked at each other and said, we're string teachers, let's start an orchestra.
And the
here.
Westchester high schools, they don't have strings in their high school, do they?
No, they don't.
That is such a shame.
Yeah. So it gives students in districts that don't have string programs, homeschoolers, and just students that want to be on an orchestra, a place to play.
All right, great. We've got one of the student, let's see, you're the cello player, right?
I'm the viola player.
The viola player, okay. And what's your name?
Nolan Clark.
Nolan Clark. And how long you been playing viola, Nolan?
I've been playing viola for about 7 years now.
7 years, wow. And you've been with the North Cincinnati Youth Orchestra the whole time?
I've been with Northside for 4 years, yes.
4 years, okay. And who do we have back here? Come on in.
I'm Ramya. I play violin.
Play first violin, second violin?
First violin.
First violin, okay.
She's our concert master.
You're the concert master,
Yes.
right? You're the one that comes out and tunes the whole orchestra and
Sure, totally.
hands off the baton to the conductor, right?
Yeah. Totally.
And how long you been playing violin?
I've been playing since I was 6, so
wow,
12 years.
And you're 6 foot tall.
Totally. He's 6'4", so.
And he is a big guy, yeah.
Not a big guy, a tall guy.
That's great. Oh, we got a couple others. Come on in.
So Ramya and Nolan are our 2 seniors here today, and Eric and Simon are sophomores.
All right. So. And this is Eric?
This is Eric.
Eric, will you play violin or viola? Okay. Did you have a viola player here today?
Yeah, Nolan is the
Nolan,
viola player.
okay. All right.
Simon is our cellist.
Eric, that's right. You're the cello player. Very cool. Oh, Jake Furman called in and won the trivia question. What was his answer, Dan? Oh, the Grinch? Okay, good. All right, Jake, we'll get that $10 gift card out to you. So this is your best of the best.
This is the Senior Orchestra String Quartet. Yes.
All right, very cool, very cool.
Yep.
And let's see. You have that. You do the Indian Springs Academy of Music still?
Yeah, I'm a private teacher there and through my home, too.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And you also play with the Southwest Ohio Philharmonic.
Yes.
Which is impressive as all get out.
Thank you. Yeah.
If you've never heard the Southwest Ohio Philharmonic perform, catch it. You do a lot of free concerts in the Mason area throughout the year, don't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's you just did a show headed up by what's
Carmen DeLeon.
Carmen DeLeon, who does a Sunday morning show here on WDJO. Yeah,
Sunday Morning Music Hall. Yeah, that was a Gershwin feature. The next thing up for NCYO is our January auditions. We're one of the few youth orchestras. In fact, I'm not aware of any others that do auditions in January. So if there's anyone that has a string student or child that wasn't ready in the fall to audition, but now they've had their fall private lessons and they're ready, we will do them the first week of January.
And you're planning on a trip to
Italy.
Italy,
yes,
wow.
In May.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is impressive. That's Marva Rasmussen. She is the true musician behind the Musical Insurance Guy. And this is her 4 senior members of the string quartet.
Yes.
Thank you all for coming down here today and being on the show. I appreciate that.
Thank you for inviting us.
The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by RE/MAX Preferred Group, the largest RE/MAX broker in Ohio. Call Chris Beersford at 513-265-8691 to change for the best. We're just about out of time. I'd like to thank all who listened and watched on Facebook and LinkedIn, and my guests, Gary and Marva Rasmussen, Bill from the Dragonfly Foundation, the North Cincinnati Youth Orchestra. Have you inherited a property you don't need or own a home you don't want or isn't working for you? Just call me at 513-777-2402. Always, always hug your kids. Call your parents and siblings regularly. Kiss your spouse every day and stay safe. And have a Merry Christmas, everyone. Dial us up next week for the last live show of the year with Bob Pape with Polaris Home Funding Corps. Next is the Car Tech Show with Wesley Adams. This should keep you in the Christmas spirit. This is an excerpt of a holiday celebration from December 13 in 2023 with the Westchester Symphony Orchestra. It's called Sleigh Ride by Leroy Anderson. Thanks for another great show, and if you have any real estate question, just call me at 513-777-2402 or go to rockandrollrealestateagent.com. Thanks to all my sponsors who make this show possible, as well as Chris and Miles Beersford, brokers of RE/MAX Preferred Group. A special thanks to WDJO station manager Gary Stevens and my producer Dan Gettelfinger. I would also like to shout out to all my clients, friends, family, fans of Blue Sun Ivory, the Dragonfly Foundation, and especially my wife Mary Jo. Until next week, keep knocking on my rockin' houses. So long for now.
The preceding program was a paid program. Its views and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of this station or its management.